YouTube is not responding with any kind of a valid answer, okay? I do have a few updates, which is what I want to give you in this video. Machinima said the only time that we've seen ad revenue drop like this is if a YouTuber or a channel or videos in particular get flagged as what's considered advertiser unfriendly. But Machinima said, we looked at everything, Phil, and nothing on our end whatsoever that we can see on your channel indicates that you've been deemed advertiser unfriendly on DSP Gaming. Nothing, okay? Now, I said this in a vlog last Thursday, and somehow on the internet people have spun it into, well, Phil's advertiser unfriendly. And I'm like, that's the complete opposite of what Machinima said, but people love to spin it into whatever they want for their own, you know, little jollies and hilarious purposes. So people all over the past week,
Phil's advertiser unfriendly. Well, guess what? You're fucking wrong.
Because we heard back from YouTube this week, and here's what YouTube had to say from the horse's mouth. No, there's nothing whatsoever saying that DSP Gaming is advertiser unfriendly. Wrong. That's completely a wrong statement. But, yeah, for some reason, advertiser revenue is down on DSP Gaming. Now, what YouTube said, and I'm not even kidding you here, I'm going to read it word for word, because I don't want to misconstrue what they said, but when you hear this, you're probably going to have the exact same response, alright, as I did. So hold on a second. Here we go. I'm going to read this word for word. Here is the first response that we received from YouTube after contacting them. We're waiting on the final determination from them. So here's Machinima, and here's what Machinima says YouTube said. Nothing stands out to me here as what may be causing this. So I'm going to send this over to our monetization team to take a look at. I don't see anything that is indicating an issue with advertiser unfriendly content, so I don't think that's an issue at this point. Traditionally, drops in monetized playbacks can be difficult or not entirely possible to diagnose, given the algorithmic nature of ad serving on the platform. I'll let you know if the team figures anything else out. So that was the last contact that we got from YouTube, and that was a few days ago. Apparently, I think, from what Machinima was telling me, that was like either last week or very early this week, okay? If you'd like me to translate that into English for you, here's what that means. The same thing that I've said every single time that I criticize YouTube is true. YouTube is run by a bunch of people who are book smart, but they're not street smart. Meaning, in actual application of that website, if something goes wrong, they are terrible at figuring out what it is.
They're inept at what they do.
Whatever's going on behind the scenes isn't intentional. This wasn't something that was by design. It somehow happened behind the scenes of YouTube. And no one can control it. No one can even figure out what it is. It's this impending monster of take away your ad revenue. And there's no way to fix it or to prevent it. What did I do wrong? Nothing. I'm being told you did nothing wrong. You're just fucked. How does that work? How does that even...
So now I'm being forced? Am I going to be forced off of YouTube and not be able to do this for a living?
Well, now on to part 2 of this video. Because Machinima only has one other theory as to what could have caused this. And they have a supposed solution, which I don't necessarily agree is a valid solution.
But if it is something that's going to save my business and allow me to keep doing this as a job and
keep live streaming on Twitch and keep putting out videos on YouTube and keep doing this, then I'll do it. But I need to run it by you, the viewers, first and see what your take is. Now, keep in mind, once again, sadly, I have to leave comments disabled on this video because every time I make a video on my own personal vlogging channel about the business,
we get 400 immature little shits
who have to flood the video with nasty shit about, oh, this is your own doing, and this is that, and fuck you, Phil, and die in a fire, Phil, which is hilarious, because literally everything in this video, and all the evidence being told by me from Machinima on YouTube is that it has nothing to do with me, that this is just a behind-the-scenes thing that has nothing to do with anyone, it just happened, alright? So, bullshit to that, but I know if I open the comments of this video, I won't get good feedback, because it's going to be flooded with nasty shit. So instead, I'm going to propose this to you. I'm going to tell you what Machinima said, propose their solution. Let me know. Tweet me, @TheyCallMeDSP. Email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com. Post up on my forums. Let me know what you think about this solution. Alright? Here we go. Here's what Machinima thinks. They said, Phil, what we're seeing is that in comparison to pretty much all the gaming channels on YouTube, which is absolutely true, and I'm aware of this already. I've known this since day one. What's considered average viewer... What is the word for it? Excuse me. I'm going to get the right word, because I have the email right here. The way it works, because I don't know the exact term, it's like, it's not average view retention or average, it's the percent of a video that the average viewer is watching, alright? What does that mean? It means, I have a video on YouTube. You watch the video. If you watch the entire video from start to finish, that's considered 100%. If you watch 50% of the video, that's considered 50%. If you only watch it for a second, it's probably going to be like 1%, alright? The average percent that people watch my videos on YouTube is much lower than most other gaming YouTubers. Do you want to know why that is? It's very simple. It's common sense. Because I do raw, unedited playthroughs. When you watch my playthroughs, you're seeing everything in the game. Now, some people want to see that. So they watch the entire playthrough, start to finish 100%. So that would be 100% watchability, right? Some people want to watch my playthroughs but are looking for funny parts or good parts or maybe just the story. Maybe they don't want to spoil the story but they want to see gameplay. So because my videos provide all of that, they skip through to the parts they want to see. Therefore, they're somewhere in the middle, right?
And then there's probably people who watch my videos, they click it once, they say, this guy's an obnoxious fuck, and they close the video and never watch again. And that's the 1%.
Okay? I get that. I totally get that. And my percent is going to be lower because unlike other YouTubers who cut out the boring parts, right, I show you the raw game. But that's always been my pitch because I show you the raw footage, because I don't edit out the fails, because I don't edit out the boring parts, because I don't script in comedy and do all these things like other YouTubers tend to do. I'm able to play a game start to finish and finish it usually in a much faster amount of time than most of these big gaming YouTubers. That's one of my catches. You want to see the game quickly? You can watch me play it. You want to see a raw, actual, honest reaction to the game versus a scripted one or a paid advertisement or the parts that are boring cut out so you don't get an accurate representation of that game? You watch my playthroughs. But yeah, even my most hardcore viewers probably skip around my videos all the time, okay? From what Machinima is saying, YouTube determines who gets what ads based on this percentage. Now, first of all, I gotta say something about how fucking stupid this is. Let's just think about how advertisements work on YouTube, alright? When you watch a new video, the first thing that happens, an advertisement runs at the beginning of the video. So you see the ad, then you watch the video, okay? Regardless, if you see the ad and you watch 1% of that video, 30% of that video, 50% or 100%, you still saw the ad, alright? You still watched it. So that company that bought the ad on YouTube made their money, right? They got their view from you, and the content uploader held up to their part of the bargain because that advertisement played, so they should get paid, right? It doesn't matter how much more of that video you fucking watch, you saw the ad. So therefore, for YouTube to make a determination who gets what ads based off of how much percentage of your videos they watch
makes no logical fucking sense whatsoever. No matter what video you watch and how long you watch it, you saw the ad already.
So it makes no sense. Again, book smart, not street smart. So sadly, that's what Machinima thinks is going on. They said this is the only thing we can think of, is that because your channel has this much lower percentage of having a viewer watch the entire video, maybe what YouTube finally did is internally they flipped the switch and said, well, we've decided that only people who have the absolute highest viewer retention, people who watch the entirety of every video they put out are going to get ads on their videos, and everyone else, yeah, they'll get ads, but they get the leftovers. Which could be what happened. Maybe I got the lowest ad revenue ads on YouTube only starting in February for whatever fucking reason. Why they flipped the switch in February, I have absolutely no idea. But that might be what happened. Now, here's what Machinima is saying could be a solution. This is what I need to run by you, the viewer, alright? Machinima is saying, in theory, if I go back to the old way I used to make my videos, I could save the business.
But I'm talking about the length of the video.
I made a living. I built my business off of little digestible 10-minute long videos. That's what put me on the map. That's what people liked, little digestible videos from Phil. And that's how it always was until 2013, when I adopted direct capture and live streaming, and the major feedback that I was getting at that time from my viewership was, Phil, everyone else on YouTube is doing longer gameplay videos. Literally every person on YouTube is doing 20 to 30 minutes. Some people are doing hour-long. They're starting to edit out the fails. They're editing out the boring parts and yada, yada, yada. And I said, well, I'm not willing to give up my raw playthrough style because that's what I'm known on doing. That's why people watch my stuff. That's why I'm able to finish games a lot faster than the big YouTuber who takes a month to finish a single game. And that's what I want to keep doing. But I'll compromise. I will slowly try to make my videos longer. Now, you know, I'm playing a session, and the session is 4 hours long. You get maybe 10 videos, okay? Back then, you were talking some 5 to 6 videos an hour. Really, it was around 15 minutes each, so, 4 videos an hour. So, for example, today, my session of Horizon Zero Dawn that I played would have been probably anywhere from 16 to 25 videos, depending on how many times I split it, all right? Sadly, Machinima is saying this is maybe what I need to do. They're saying, listen, that formula worked for you back then, and yeah, it was a different time, but if you were to shorten the length of your videos and release shorter videos on YouTube, you'd have higher watch rates because people would jump into the video, and just by default, if people are watching it for a certain amount of time, the video's shorter, it's gonna up that percentage. And basically, they're like, this is bullshit, this is stupid that you need to do it, but it seems like that may be the only way around what's going on right now, since there's no other explicable way of what's happening. So, here's the thing, though. I know full well there's already people who still to this day, even though I've shortened my videos and I put out way less videos than I ever did before, they still complain because everyone now is so desensitized and they're so brainwashed into thinking that, oh, one video a day from a YouTuber is good, instead of realizing, wow, that one video constituted 4.5 hours of gameplay and they edited out 3.5 hours to only show the best moments. That's not what I fucking do. If I did that, it would completely undermine what I do on YouTube from the ground up. And that's not what I want to do.
I've been here for fucking 8 years, more than 8 years, doing it. There's nothing wrong with it. The problem is YouTube keeps fucking changing shit behind the scenes to screw me over because they're trying to cater to everyone else rather than worrying about the people who've been here since the fucking beginning and put them on the goddamn map.
So, Machinima's suggestion is that I shorten my video length. I basically go back to how I used to do it. But I don't know how on earth people are going to react when all of a sudden they start seeing even more videos from DSP Gaming in their sub boxes. Now, it does need to be said that subscriptions doesn't mean diddly jack shit. It really doesn't. If I make the video shorter again, right? Some people may be so upset because now you've been spoiled. You've been in the realm of Phil's uploading 25-minute long gameplay videos, and maybe you have to watch 1 or 2 ads, right, per video, and he uploads 10 videos a day, so maybe you had to watch 10 to 20 ads. Now, all of a sudden, I'm uploading, you know, twice as many videos, so maybe you have to watch twice as many advertisements. See what I mean? And again,
this isn't my idea.
This is from people who are looking at the data and saying this may be the only thing you can do because it looks like nothing else has happened. It's, again, not advertiser unfriendly, nothing that I've done wrong on my part, and literally,
my viewer percentage has not gone down. It's the same as it always was.
But for whatever reason, YouTube has now decided with their book smarts, not their actual street smarts of implementing how things actually work on the fucking website or looking at any particular cases, just in their book smart heads, we're going to change it now so that ad revenue only goes to those who have a high viewing percentage. It doesn't make any sense.
This is a serious situation. I'm sure it's not just affecting me. The thing is, those big guys, those big YouTubers, they already adhere to that amalgamous formula. Why do you think that they're popular? Because they had the right video link, they had the clickbait, they had the fucking, you know, the engagement rate because they edited everything. So they're not going to talk about this. But this is a huge issue for anyone who's not huge on YouTube. We're all at risk, okay? Not just me, it's everyone is at risk.
At any moment, this could happen. They could make this behind-the-scenes change and screw us all over and kick us off the website. So what are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit here and take it and say, oh, well, too bad? Or are we going to stand up and fucking talk about it and fight and make awareness of it? If you care about people like me on YouTube, and I'm just saying not specifically me, because there's tons of people who fucking hate my guts, right? But if you care about a little guy like me being able to make a living on YouTube, the dream of being able to be a YouTuber as a job and not conforming to their fucking amalgamous formula if everyone's the same, now is the time to speak up about this issue. Watch this video, share this video, talk to other people about it, make your own videos about it, create public awareness about this issue. Because that's what's going to make waves. And what I really need is feedback from you guys and gals. And I need you to know, if I were, gameplay-wise, to start uploading shorter videos, meaning roughly 10-minute long videos, okay? Again, instead of the 15 to 25-minute videos I'm uploading now, would you keep watching? Would you understand that I'm doing it not because I want to, but because I want to keep doing this for a living and putting out this content and sharing my experiences with you? I can tell you right now, probably my hardcore fans, the people who've been with me since the beginning, or people who jumped on along the way and they like me for who I am, probably aren't going to care. But it's going to be more the casual viewer. Those who every once in a while, I want to see what DSP's up to, and they come back. Maybe they're going to be the ones that are turned off. I don't know. The last thing I want to see is a mass exodus because I'm already screwed when it comes to what's going on with DSP Gaming. Now if I change my formula and I make shorter videos, and now I see a mass exodus from DSP Gaming of subs dropping and people not watching because the videos are shorter, it's just going to compound things even worse. So it's kind of like I'm between a rock and a hard place at this point, and I need your feedback, okay?
I still got some time here, a couple of months where I can work with it and try to figure out what the hell I'm going to do.
So let's see what happens, all right? Let's go. Let's play shoot from the hip. Go for it. This month, there's tons of new stuff coming up in March. I hope you're going to check it all out. And when I have more information for you here, I'll provide it.